This is Bookie Bookie, and today we'll be talking about a book called The Life and Strange Surprising Adventures of Robinson Crusoe of York Mariner, who lived all alone in an uninhabited island on the coast of America, near the mouth of the great river of Orinoco, having been cast on shore by where with an account how he was at last. That's the title. Should you read it?
It's the year 1651. A man named Robinson Crusoe in English spelling, longs for adventure. Despite his father's warnings that an adventurous life is not necessarily a happy one. When a friend sails for London, Robinson takes his chance and he joins him on the sea voyage. This triggers a series of events that takes Robinson from London to the Guinea coast, from Morocco to Brazil, and finally the uninhabited island, which he will be stranded for most of the book. What will happen to Robinson on that island? Is it really uninhabited? Will his spirit waver, or will he stay strong and determined?
Crusoe's story is regarded as one of the first English novels. However, it reads more like a worldwide travel. Robinson's stay on the island reminded me a lot of Minecraft, with him mastering professions like sewing and goat breeding, digging caves, and creating his own forest fortress.
The story starts out with Crusoe's dad trying to convince him to just settle for a chill life. But Robinson doesn't want any of that, so he commits YOLO after YOLO simply because he's incapable of being happy with what he currently has. And so when finally things do go wrong, he laments at first, until he starts thinking, well, at least I'm alive and I've got stuff. And so begins the story of a man who learns gratitude.
My personal opinion about this book is that it is an interesting read. Note that I said interesting, not necessarily good. It is interesting to read about the mindset of a man in 1651, back when slavery was accepted and when the word Negro was not necessarily a negative connotation. It gives a good perspective of the people who read the book in 1719, what they found a nice or exciting adventure. My overall enjoyment would be a 6 out of 10. I would not recommend it as a light read or people who are starting with English literature, but if you're a fan of English literature, you should read it.
I was pleasantly surprised by how personality-driven the story starts. But then he gets to the island, and it becomes a lot of, this is what I did on the island. I'd give my overall enjoyment of this book a 6+, and I'm not sure whom I'd recommend it to, because if you're looking for an adventure story, there's more eventful ones, and if you're looking for a character study, there's more devoted ones. But all in all, it's a decent read. Well, Robinson was like, oh, well, at least I have this and that and this. Yeah. I imagine if I didn't have that.
He ate too much goat, that's it. My enjoyment of the book can be summed up by a WhatsApp message I wrote while reading it. I've read 100 pages today, he's still on that fuzzing island, nothing has happened, and no mention of Friday anywhere of the week. Although, as an historian, I can see its merits, I wouldn't recommend it, and I rate it a 5 out of 10.
So, maybe when you're on a deserted island, you should pick up Robinson Crusoe. At the end of this month, we'll be discussing this book in a podcast video, so make sure to read it before then if you want to join in the discussion. Also, maybe you should subscribe so you don't miss it. And next month we'll be discussing Haruki Murakami's The Wild Bird Chronicle. So, and if you go to our Facebook page, you can vote for the book after that. Thank you so very much for watching, and see you next time. History of planet Earth.
Yeah.
Pangea, dinosaurs, bears. Robinson Crusoe.